Namaskar, Om Tat Sat. Today's video we are going to talk about the doctrine of karma. Karma is one of the most intriguing subject matter, especially from an Indian perspective. And of course, in the West, people have caught up, and in many of their researches, they are actually using the word karma to a large extent. And there are people who always questions that I'm doing a lot of work but I'm not getting result, and there are rarely or people who also appreciates that I have not done much of work but I'm getting results. So ये काफ़ी एक इंट्रिगिंग सिचुएशन है. कर्मा क्या होता है? अच्छा करो बुरा होता है, बुरा करो अच्छा होता है, एंड अच्छा करो अच्छा भी होता है, बुरा करो बुरा भी होता है. तो क्या है? तो इस वीडियो में छोटा एक वीडियो में आज इसको ऊपर थोड़ा गौर करेंगे. एक काफ़ी गूढ़ बात है. एंड ultimately life is a mystery. It is being said that life is a kind of a pilgrimage, and the more you are going inside to understand the divinity, that decides the progress that is outside, whether it is our career or it is success, our marriage, our happiness, our children, their job, their marriages, like that. Ultimately it is through our karma and it is through our work and our deeds that we get defined in our life. ऐसा कहा जाता है at the age of 60, the way you lead your life has actually shows how you have lived your life in your young days. So your dawn are being defined by your mornings, and your nights are being defined by your dawn, like that. So there's always a progression. Now, as per the Indian text, since we deal with the metaphysical Bharat, we deal with a lot of elements of the metaphysics and the philosophy and the spirituality. And I request all of my viewers to see this video till end, and do subscribe to my video and also watch my video and do comment on my video. I have dedicated my life for the philosophical understanding and the spiritual understanding of the Bharat, such a great country, and its legacy and its गूढ़ बात जो है कैसे जाने, अध्ययन करे, अभ्यास करे और अमल करे. So this is a kind of a strive, and I would love my viewers to see this video and also really get uplifted, and it's a journey. So as per the Indian text, तीन प्रकार का कर्मा के ऊपर काफ़ी गुरुत्व दिया हुआ है. And there are, of course, there are more than 3 types of karma. So one is called sanchita karma, one is the prarabdha karma, and the last one is called the vartaman or the agami or the kriyaman karma. Now, sanchit karma is basically a karma that is being stored. And that stored karma is something like a potential. And this stored karma is both in your past life, because our Sanatan Dharma is very cyclic. We don't die as the body dies. We have Dehi and the Dehe. So there is a soul and then the body. So whatever is being done in terms of the karma, that is getting stored, and some of its portion gets manifested in your present life, depending upon your duration and what the Almighty wants, and certain things gets carried forward. At the same time, we also generate a lot of karma. So sanchit karma is the karma that is based on your past life and also your present life that is being stored, and there will be a time when the stored karma will give you results, both good and bad. So if you have done something good, you will be getting the rewards. In case if you have done something bad, you will be also getting its penalty or punishment. So nature is great, and nature knows how to really give the penalty and how to really punish and how to give the rewards and the awards. And we cannot just simply get very, very jittery, and nature knows when to give you. It's being said that keep doing your work and great things would happen. So one should not get fidget, and one should not get very anxious. When am I going to karma nevadikaras? There's a very famous slok of the Bhagavad Gita. So we understand when once the sanchita karma is getting ripened, and once the right time comes, we start getting the results, and that is called prarabdha karma. And prarabdha karma is a karma that we reap its benefits and also the other side of it in our existing life. But other than the sanchita karma and the prarabdha karma, there's a karma which actually we are doing on a daily basis. So that is something which is the kriyamana karma, and that is a karma that actually we are able to generate, and that is a choice. And all human beings has an will, and we also have a choice. And through our choice and our consciousness on Chaitanya, we are able to really embark our decision and take that particular journey. So as I said, life is a pilgrimage, and this pilgrimage is being decided also by your Kriyaman Karta. So keep doing good things, great things would happen automatically. That is the Bhartavan Karma, and one has to be getting very, very conscious about it. So what is required is Sajakta. And once I'm sajag about my own karma now, then of course I'm actually putting a lot of bank balance, which is called Sanchita karma. And this is a very clear understanding. Other than these three types of karma, that is the Sanchita karma, Prarabdha karma, and the Kriyamana karma, there are more types. For example, we talk about the Naimittika karma. Naimittika karma is a karma that is done occasionally. That you generally don't do. Maybe it can be a particular ritual or particular visit, a particular occasion that has come up in your life, and actually you do it. So that also actually, if you are doing it a lot of bhakti bhav, you also are able to store that in your Sanchita karma. Then that is a karma which is Kartavya karma. Kartavya karma is the duty bound, and that is something one cannot avoid. Duty, especially to your parents, to your child, to your wife, to your surroundings, when you have a lot of obligations to our teachers, to our acharyas, to our nature. So that is also a kartavya karma in the age of climate crisis and climate problem. I think we have a lot of kartavya towards the nature, and once we are taking care of the nature also takes care of us. So there is a profound understanding, and one cannot just waste water or waste any resources just because it is abundantly available, because our karma will have a bearing on the next generation, and next generation only we are going to come again. Actually, it's a cyclic Sanatana Dharma. And then we have something called Nishad or Nishiddha karma, so certain actions one should not do. So that are actually don'ts. Now, these are certain kind of a typology of the karma. The entire, if you get into the Bhagavad Gita, yoga, it is said that yoga is skill in action, and it is kaushalam. And it is yoga karmashu kaushalam, and very yoga is where it is a kind of a yoke, the joining of the jivatma with the paramatma. And once you have this kind of a profound understanding, our karma become much more refined, and then we divinize. So Swami Vivekananda said that every soul is potentially divine. Our goal is to manifest the divinity within. You do this through your psychology, or through philosophy, or through work, or through your worship. And books and dogmas are all secondary details. So Swami Vivekananda has talked about the work. He has talked about work is worship, and he talked about philosophy also. So the very metaphysics of the entire civilization, if you really understand, is trying to really understand the very concept where we are trying to really make the base, the adhisthana on which the karma can function. Chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, slok number 48 says that Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Takta Dharanjaya Siddho Asiddhyo Samo Bhutva Swamattam Yoga Uchyate. So Yogastha Kuru Karmani. So one should be into the state of the yoga, and Sangam Takta Dharanjaya. So Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna that try to give up all your attachment. Siddho Asiddhyo Samo Bhutva. Whether you are successful or you are successful, Samo Bhutva, you need to have that equanimity. And that is Swamattam Yoga Uchyate. And that is the core that is coming from the very sutras of the yoga. That is one of the concepts, because we are trying to really understand karma not only from the Sanchit, Prarabdha, and the Kriyamana karma, but we are trying to really understand the Gaur that Sri Krishna has given us. Karma is something that you cannot actually avoid. For example, take the analogy of a cycle. The cycle can only function once you cycle it. And the cycle, to stay in balance, you need to cycle. Once you paddle, both the wheels are moving. And as it moves, you are in balance and you are able to move forward. But the moment you stop, the cycle stops, and everything just stops. So the very reality of life is basically in moving. So one of the slok in chapter 3, that is chapter 3, slok number 8 says that Nityam Kuru Karmani Tvam Jauhe Akarmana Sharira Yatrapi Chatena Prasiddhyad Akarmana. So it says that it is a very nature that Nityam Kuru Karmani Tvam. Keep on doing work and always keep on doing the work. And it is better. Karma is better than akarmana, not doing. Not doing, of course, is bad. Doing something is always good. And the very body functions because of the karma. And even if you think that I'm asleep or I'm sitting, but still your spleen and your liver and your stomach and all the gastric juices and your neurons and your electrical pharynx and chemical pharynx are happening in the brain. So constantly something is going on. The cells are moving, digestion is happening, breathing is taking place. So many hundreds and thousands of activities, chemical, biological, physical activities are going on. So the body itself cannot function. The nature itself cannot function. There's a rotation, there's a revolution. There are tides, and there is flow of oxygen, and there is flow of so much of gases. There is a photosynthesis. There's a creation and a destruction. So there is a lay, pralay, sthiti. Everything is going on. So very nature, the very life is all filled with action. So now to understand the doctrine of karma and detachment, and what actually happened is swadharma, nidharma, shraya, paradharma, bhaya, bhaya. So main kya karu? What do I do actually? Purushartha is a great concept of karma. Purushartha says that dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Dharma is something that holds. Dharma, artha is wealth, because we need to really work to get the wealth. And wealth is not just monetary wealth. It can be intellectual wealth. It can be the physical wealth. It can be your ecological wealth. So we are talking about various types of wealth. And then kama is the pleasure. And God has given us so much abundance. So let's enjoy in a very regulated way. And after that, we get into the moksha. That is, we are trying to really get beyond the very materialistic life. So, but at the same time, moksha doesn't mean that we are just meditating and we are not doing anything. Moksha can be very intense. So one has to really understand, again, it is there in the Bhagavad Gita, that you need to really understand that action in inaction, and in action, there is an action. So whenever I'm doing work, I need to understand that there is an inaction in terms of my quietude. And in case if I'm in inaction, that means I'm not doing any action. There's an also action in terms of my movement of my mind actually. So if you take certain swans, certain kind of birds, they may be very still on the water, but their feet are paddling to keep themselves stable. So you'll find that what seems to be very, very stable, probably they're very intense inside. That in that intensity is actually the work. So to summarize this particular video, so we have three types of karma primarily. So sanchit karma is a stored karma, prarabdha karma is a karma that is giving you the results, and kriyamana karma is a karma that is you are generating, that is based on your will, that is based on your consciousness, that is based on your chaitanya. Then there are other types of karma, which is the nitya karma, which is actually you are doing every day. Kartavya karma is the duty that actually you are doing. Then nishad or nishiddha karma is something that one should be abstaining from. One should really avoid that. And as we have seen in both the slokas, that karma is something that you cannot avoid, and akarmana is something, in case if you think that akarmana is good, but in the akarmana one has to really understand that there's an intense thinking, and the thinking. So when I say karma is not just action. It is not just the deeds. It is not the motor action. Karma is also your thoughts. Karma, because thought is actually has certain kind of an weightage, and your thoughts can affect your body, and your thoughts can affect somebody also. So karma is very subtle, and one has to really understand that we cannot abstain from work at any point of time. Our body functions because of work. The nature functions because of work, and we are all part of nature. We think that we are separate, but actually we are not separate. We are all the same, and that is the non-duality that Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads talks about. And it is being said that if your mind can conceive it, and if your heart can believe it, you can achieve it. So karma is a doctrine, and at the same time, one should not get attached in terms of results. Keep doing something. We'll find that great things would come. And keep your feet rooted to the ground. Let your heart soar very high. Refuse to be average and strive for excellence. Thank you. God bless you all. Namaste. Om Tat Sat.